Hello, I hope you are well. I need a few rooms tiled and would like some information.
Hello, yes, I can help. How many rooms do you need tiled?
Good morning, hope you're having a good day. I've got a couple of rooms that need tiling and was wondering if you're available for a chat.
Morning, I'm doing well, thank you. I'm definitely available. Which rooms are we looking at and whereabouts are you based?
Hi there, I'm looking for a professional tiler for a few areas in my home. Could you give me some details on how you work?
Hello, I'd be happy to. How many rooms do you have in mind and what's the rough square footage of the area?
Hello, hope you're well. I'm in need of some tiling work in several rooms and wanted to see if you could help out.
Hi, yes, I certainly can. Could you tell me which rooms they are and what type of tiles you're planning to use?
Morning, I'm looking for someone to tile a couple of rooms for me. Are you taking on new work at the moment? Morning to you.
Yes, I'm currently taking bookings. Which rooms do you need doing and do you have a specific start date in mind?
Hello, I hope you're doing well. I'm looking to get some rooms tiled and would like to find out more about your services.
Hello, I can help with that. What kind of tiling project is it and what's the total area you need covering?
Hi mate, I am looking to find out the cost of tiling an average full house.
Hi, the price depends on the house size. How many rooms are there?
Alright mate, I'm just trying to get a rough idea of what it would cost to tile a whole house start to finish.
Hi there. It varies quite a bit depending on the floor space. Do you know the total square meterage and is it a new build or a renovation?
Hi, I'm looking for a ballpark figure for tiling a full property. What's your usual rate for that kind of job?
Hi, I usually price by the square meter. How many bedrooms is the house and which rooms are being tiled?
Morning, I'm renovating a house and need the entire ground floor tiled. Can you give me an idea of the costs involved?
Morning, I'd need to see the floor plan or take measurements. Where's the property located and what's the current state of the subfloor?
Hi mate, do you do deals for tiling a full house? I've got a project coming up and need a reliable tiler.
Hi, I can certainly look at a package price for a full house. How many rooms are we talking about in total?
Hello, I'm trying to budget for tiling my whole home. Could you tell me what your daily or project rate is for a full house?
Hello, it's usually better to do a fixed quote for a full house. Could you let me know the location and the number of rooms?
Hello, I found your number and would like to talk to you about tiling my house.
Hello, that is fine. What work do you need done?
Hi, I got your number from a friend and wanted to have a quick chat about some tiling work I need doing.
Hello, thanks for getting in touch. I'm happy to chat. What's the scope of the work and which rooms are we looking at?
Hello there, I've seen your work online and would like to discuss a project I have at my property.
Hi, glad you like the work. What kind of project is it and are you looking for wall or floor tiling?
Hello, local is perfect. I'd be happy to discuss it. What's the job size and when were you thinking of starting? Morning, I've been looking for a tiler and was wondering if you have time for a brief discussion about my house.
Morning, yes, I've got time now. Tell me about the rooms you need tiling and the type of tiles you've picked out.
Hello, I'd like to talk to you about some tiling I need in my hallway and kitchen. Are you free to chat?
Hello, yes I am. Those are key areas. What's the rough size of the hallway and kitchen, please?
Hi there, I am looking for a quote to tile several rooms in my property.
Hi, I can give a quote. How many rooms do you want tiled?
Hi there, I need a formal quote for tiling 4 different rooms. When would you be able to come and take a look?
Hi, I can pop over this week to measure up. Which rooms are they and what's your postcode?
Hello, I'm looking to get a price for tiling my utility room, pantry and cloakroom. Could you provide a quote? Hello, I certainly can.
Could you give me the dimensions for those areas or would you like me to come and see them?
Morning, I've got 3 rooms that need tiling and I'm looking for a competitive quote. Are you available to quote for this?
Morning, I'd be happy to quote for 3 rooms. What's the total square meterage and do you already have the tiles?
Hi, I'm currently getting quotes for tiling my downstairs area. Could you give me a price for a few rooms?
Hi, I can definitely do that. How many rooms are downstairs and what's the condition of the floor at the moment?
Hello, I need a quote for some tiling work across multiple rooms. Can we arrange a time for you to visit?
Hello, that's no problem. What's your address and how many rooms in total are we quoting for?
Hello, I was given your contact details and would like to discuss some tiling work. Hello, yes I do tiling work. What rooms are they? Hi, I was passed your details by a local builder and wanted to discuss a tiling job I've got coming up.
Hi, thanks for the referral. I'm happy to discuss it. What's the nature of the work and which rooms are involved?
Hello, I've got your number through my neighbour and would like to speak about some tiling in my conservatory. Hello, I did a job for your neighbour recently. Conservatory tiling is great. What's the size of the room and is there underfloor heating? Hi there, I was recommended your services and would like to talk about tiling my porch and hallway. Hi, thanks for the recommendation. I can certainly help with those areas. When were you looking to get the work done? Morning, I've got your details and was wondering if you could talk through a tiling project for my new extension. Morning, I'd be glad to. What's the size of the extension and are we tiling the floors or the walls as well? Hello, I was given your name and wanted to see if you could help with some tiling in my dining room. Hello, yes I can help with the dining room. Is it a large area and what's the current floor surface? Hi there, I need a tiler and want to ask about your availability and prices. Hi, I am available. Please tell me the job size. Hello, I'm looking for a tiler for a project next month. What's your availability like and what are your standard rates? Hello, I've got some space next month. My rates depend on the job complexity. What's the total area you need tiled and what's the location? Hi, I need some tiling done soon and was wondering if you're free and what you charge per day. Hi, I'm fairly busy but might be able to squeeze you in. How many rooms is it and what kind of tiles are they? Morning, I'm checking availability for a tiling job. Could you give me an idea of your current lead time and prices? Morning, I'm usually booked about 3 weeks in advance. What's the size of the job and is it a domestic or commercial property? Hi there, I'm looking to hire a tiler and want to know if you're free in the next fortnight and what your costs are. Hi, the next 2 weeks are a bit tight, but tell me the job size and I'll see what I can do. Where are you based? Hello, I'm looking for someone to do some tiling work and wanted to ask about your schedule and pricing structure. Hello, I'm happy to provide that. It's best if I know the number of rooms and the type of tiles first. What are we working with? Hello, I'm planning some home improvements and need a quote for tiling. Hello, no problem. Which rooms need tiling? Hi, I'm doing a bit of a home makeover and need a quote for some new tiling in the entryway. Could you help? Hi, home makeovers are always good. I can certainly quote for an entryway. What's the rough size and are there any stairs involved? Hello there, I'm planning some improvements to my property and need a price for tiling the living area. Hello, I can provide a price for that. How many square meters is the living area and what's the current flooring? Morning, I'm upgrading a few rooms in my house and need a quote for some floor tiling. Are you interested in the job? Morning, yes, I'm interested. Which rooms are we talking about and do you have a specific style of tile in mind? Hi there, I'm looking for a quote for some tiling work as part of my home renovations. Can you provide a breakdown of costs? Hi, I can give you a full breakdown. How many rooms are being tiled and where's the property located? Hello, I'm planning to refresh my home and need a quote for tiling the splashbacks in the kitchen. Are you able to do small jobs? Hello, yes, I do small jobs like splashbacks. How many linear meters is the splashback and which town are you in? Hi, I would like some advice and a price for tiling my kitchen and bathroom. Hi, I can do that. When would you like to start? Hello, I'm looking for some professional advice on the best tiles for my kitchen and bathroom and a quote for the fitting. Hello, I'd be happy to advise. For wet areas, porcelain is often best. What's the size of the kitchen and bathroom floors? Hi there, I need to get my kitchen and bathroom tiled and would value your input on the layout and a price for the job. Hi, I can definitely help with the layout. How many walls are being tiled in the bathroom and what's the floor area in the kitchen? Morning, I'm planning to tile my kitchen and bathroom and need to know the costs and what prep work is needed. Morning, prep is key. I'll need to know if it's floor or wall tiling and what the current surface is. Where are you located? Hi, I'm looking for a price for tiling my kitchen and bathroom and some advice on grout colors. Can you assist? Hi, I can certainly assist with grout choices. What's the total area for both rooms and when would you like the work completed? Hello, I'd like a quote for tiling my kitchen and bathroom and some guidance on which tiles would be most durable. Hello, durability is important. I can give you a quote and some tips. How many rooms are we talking about in total, including the kitchen and bathroom? Hello, I am interested in having floors tiled and would like more details. Hello, yes, I do tile floors. What is the room size? Hi, I'm looking to have some floor tiling done in my lounge and was wondering about the process and costs. Hi, floor tiling is my specialty. A lounge is usually a decent size. What are the dimensions and is the floor concrete or timber? Hello there, I'm interested in getting my hallway floor tiled and would like some more information on how long it takes. Hello, a hallway usually takes a couple of days. What's the length and width of the hall and whereabouts are you? Morning, I'm looking for details on floor tiling for my entire ground floor. Can you explain your method and pricing? Morning, I use a leveling system for large areas. What's the total square meterage of the ground floor and are you using large format tiles? Hi, I'd like to find out more about your floor tiling services for my new conservatory. What details do you need from me? Hi, I'll need the floor dimensions and to know if there's a damp-proof membrane in place. What's the size of the conservatory? Hello, I'm thinking of having my kitchen floor tiled and would like to know the costs and if you can provide the materials. Hello, I can provide the adhesive and grout. How many square meters is the kitchen floor and what's your postcode? Hi, I am renovating my house and need to speak about costs and timing. Hi, that is fine. When do you want the work done? Hello, I'm right in the middle of a house renovation and need to schedule some tiling work. What's your current availability? Hello, renovations can be busy. I've got some openings next month. How many rooms are involved and what's the total area? Hi there, I'm renovating my property and need a quote for tiling 3 rooms. When could you come to price it up? Hi, I can come over this weekend if that works. Which rooms are they and whereabouts are you located? Morning, I'm doing a full house renovation and need to talk about the costs for tiling the bathrooms and kitchen. Are you free? Morning, yes, I'm free to talk. That's a fair bit of work. What's the rough square meterage for those 3 rooms? Hi, I'm renovating and need a tiler for several areas. I need to know your prices and how long you think the job will take. Hi, the duration depends on the job size. How many rooms are we tiling and what type of tiles are you planning to use? Hello, I'm renovating my home and would like to discuss the costs and the best time to start the tiling work. Hello, I can certainly discuss that with you. What's the location of the project and how many rooms need tiling?